Hello everyone, welcome back to Twisted Serenity with Mimi. Thanks for clicking on my channel. It's been a while, and today I'm going to be showing you how I created some Valentine decor. I'm excited for this one because I did join the Love is in the Air challenge that Brenda, Amanda, and Chantel are hosting. They host these challenges every first of the month, so always make sure that you look out for them. For those of you that are returning to my channel, I want to thank you and let you know that I do appreciate you. If it's your first time here, please, if you like what you're going to see, please hit that subscribe and like button. It does help my channel grow. Okay, so now sit back and relax or craft with me. Let's get started. Okay, so for the first one, you guys, this template is a template that I found on Google, and I just looked up like envelope templates, like the shapes of envelopes. So I printed it out and then I cut it out. Now, this fabric was some white fabric that I just picked up from Dollar Tree or Walmart, and I dipped it in some coffee that I had sitting, some coffee that I had left over. So I wanted it to have like that rustic, like vintage old feel. So I put my envelope template on the fabric and I'm just going to trace it using pencil, and then I'm going to cut it out. You guys, excuse me, I know my voice always sounds raspy. It's a little worse now because me and the kids, my entire family, we do all have COVID right now. So we're hanging in there, but I still, there's nothing better to do than to craft while you're sick at home. So I wanted to bring you guys a video while I'm recovering. Okay, so I am going to fold up the bottom tabs, and I basically just fold them up like right and crease them, because I am going to glue this all down, but I just wanted to get the shape of it before I glued it down. And I am using this ruler just basically to give me more of those creases so I know where to glue everything down at. So as you can see, I folded the tabs down, then I bring that up, and I was gonna, I didn't know what direction I was gonna go with yet, so I do fold the bottom tab down just to give it that line, but I am not gonna seal the top tab. I'm sorry, I'm saying the bottom tab. That tab right there that I'm touching right now, I am not gonna glue that down. All I'm gonna do is glue the bottom part of the envelope down. Now, I do use my hot glue gun to, to seal this up. If you want to sew it and you're all for sewing, hey, go for it. I really don't have time to sit there and sew. I know how to sew. I'm not no pro at it. But I was like, I'm not going to sit here and sew it. So I take my hot glue and I just, meet the edge of it. Now, when I do this, when I'm sealing a fabric, I always take a popsicle stick and I always just smooth the glue out and I push it outwards, as you can see what I'm doing. So, because when you're putting hot glue on fabric, it tends to look like bumpy. So I do smooth it out. And I also wanted it to look frayed a little bit at the edges. So I do seal both the side tabs down. And once I have that sealed, my little envelope is done for now. Now, this is a red sheet of fabric from Dollar Tree, and this heart is also from Dollar Tree. I'm just using this wooded heart as a template because I take two of them and I trace two of these hearts out. And I'm gonna cut out 4 pieces of this heart because I'm going to make 2 hearts. Basically, I'm gonna stuff 2 hearts and make them into little pillow hearts. So I cut 4 pieces of this heart out. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to make it. So what I do is I take the 2 pieces of the heart, and I'm just using the plank underneath because I am going to hot glue it, and I was making a mess with hot glue everywhere. So I go around the edge of it and I basically place them one on top of another, take my little popsicle stick and I smooth it out, and I go all around the heart with the hot glue, sealing it up. But I do leave one opening, and that one little opening is because I'm going to take some polyfill. Well, this is actually a stuffed animal cotton. My daughter had this big unicorn that she was gonna throw away because she's had it for years and it was already all dingy and everything. So I was thinking, wait, don't throw it away. So I took out all the stuffing that was in that stuffed animal. And let me tell you, I don't think I would ever have to buy stuffing again if for any of my crafts. So as you see, I have the little opening. I stuff it all up. And then once I stuff it, I do, take my hot glue and I seal it back up again. So I made 2 of these. Now my little hearts, I felt like they were like a little too bright for me. So I wanted it to look more distressed. So I just took a little bit, very, very, like a little bit of antique wax. Or was it antique wax or was it burnt? No, I'm sorry. It was burnt umber. And I took my chippy brush and I basically just brushed over the hearts. And I just made them look like a little, like a little dirty, distressed type of look. And I did that to both of the hearts. Okay, so I have this berry vine. And I know that I have a plain white one, the one that just has white berries, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. So I did take the green berries and I did paint them white. And I just took that berry vine and I just wrapped it around both of my hearts. I also took some burnt umber and I also distressed the envelope a little bit more. Because even though I had dyed it in the coffee, I wanted it to look more old. I wanted this to look like a love letter, like a very, very old love letter type of thing. So I distressed my envelope. So I have all my pieces done. And now it was time to put everything together. So I took out my moss and I filled up my envelope with some moss. And once I placed the moss inside, I did put my hearts inside the envelope. I didn't want them just to go straight up. So I did, angle them a little bit. And then I felt like I needed like a little something more. So I have these little, excuse me. I have these little like stem floral pieces. And I just added them all around inside the envelope. And, I filled it up with a little bit more moss. And, just play with it until you like the look of it. That's exactly what I did. Like, you can add any type of floral in here, anything that you want inside here. Remember, everything that I do is just for inspiration. Make it your own if you want to. Now, I took one of these little love ornament, unfinished wood one, and I painted it. I stained it with Waverly wax. And when I did that, once I was finished with that, I glued it right onto our hearts. And that was it. I'm in love with the way this came out, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys, so on to the next one. I have these little wood blocks that I picked up from my Goodwill. And these have like animals on the other side of them. So what I do is the side that has the animals, I do take my Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson. And I do give this 2 coats just to cover up those animals. Okay, so I flipped them around and now I made these decals on my Cricut. And obviously it spells out love. Now I pull out the O because I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to do because I had something else in mind. So for now, I'm going to just transfer on the L, the V, and the E. And I wanted it to look like the Scrabble. So I did put like the little numbers at the bottom of the letters as well. Now, I take these ornament hearts from Dollar Tree. And I do just place the heart on it. So I'm going to be very indecisive, as you see. And I just decide to go with the heart. I like the way it looks better. So I glue it on the heart as the O. Now our little Scrabble letters needed like a little stand. So I have a craft stick, like one of the jumbo craft sticks, and that's already stained. And then I had this like little piece of like this like wood trimming. So I decided to stain it in Waverly wax as well. And once I had them both stained, I just took some hot glue and some wood glue and I glued the craft stick onto the little wood stick. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I've been so sick and I'm not thinking right, but I am trying to do this without being all over the place, even though it's not working too much. So now I add our little Scrabble letters onto our little stand. If you want, you could glue them down. I didn't glue mine down. I just tilted them a little bit and put them on the stand, and that was it. I love this piece because this one is not as small as like the regular Scrabble. It's like a little bit bigger, but it's not jumbo either. So it's perfect for my Valentine decor. What do you guys think? Okay, you guys, on to the next. This is by far my favorite one. So I have a wood heart from Dollar Tree, and I have my tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree. And it's a little bit less than a pack I use. So I'm basically cutting off the strings, and I'm going to take a combination of wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue all these Jenga blocks around the edge of the heart. You guys, I'm going to take this time and tell you guys to make sure you guys click on the playlist for Love is in the Air playlist. I guarantee you will get so much inspiration for Valentine's Day. All these beautiful crafters created such lovely, lovely ideas. So make sure that you check on that playlist once you guys are done watching my video. Now, this project was all about patience. It's so simple to do, but pop on, your favorite show, pop on some YouTube, and I guarantee you'll get it done. And it just comes out so beautiful. I guarantee you guys will love it. So just be patient with it, and you'll have this beautiful Valentine decor wood piece for your home. Now, if you want to leave it unfinished, you could, because it looks beautiful like that as well. But I did want to stain mine, so I took my Waverly wax, watered down, and I stained my whole entire wood box. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I did that, the little holes of the heart were showing, so I did fill those, and I waited for them to dry, and then I stained it. And look at how pretty that is. I am in love, in love, in love. This is by far my favorite one out of all of them. Okay, you guys, so we're using more fabric here. So, because I have so many Valentine's Day and like red print fabrics that I need to start using up. So I was like, this is my perfect opportunity. So I'm doing the same thing as we did in our first DIY. I'm just using a different shape heart as our template. So I just trace it, and then I just cut out 2 pieces. Now, instead of using my hot glue, I forgot that I had like this liquid stitch stuff in my stash, and this was only like $1 at Walmart, so I wanted to give it a try. And let me tell you guys, I am going to do this, like use this for now on if I'm doing projects that have to do with fabric, because it's like it holds on so good, and it looks like if you sew the projects together, and it's only $1, you cannot beat only $1. So this says that you have to apply it on, and then you have to let it dry for 30 minutes. What I did, I applied it on, and since I'm very impatient, once I applied it on, I took my heat gun, and I just dried it. Like, I put my heat gun to the fabric, and it dried instantly in like less than a minute. So I'm just gonna make right now a bunch of like little pillow, I'm sorry, not pillow, basically, yeah, like little pillows, a bunch of like little bowl fillers. So I grabbed different fabrics. I used a liquid stitch so it could look like sewing. And of course, I leave my little opening. I fill it with my polyfill. And then I seal it back up again. And I did 3 of these little hearts. And if any of you are wondering what happened to my hand, so my kids wanted a little kitten. So I got the kitten. Of course I did. I gave in to them. And my baby, he just is in love with the kitten. So he grabbed it, and the kitten was trying to run away from him, like he was holding it. And I was laying down on the sofa, and the kitten scratched my hand completely. And then not even like 10 minutes later, I was getting our food out of the oven and I burned my hand. So it was just like a double whammy there. I mean, that's been the adventures lately for the past couple weeks. It's been one thing after another. Welcome to my life of craziness. So what I'm doing here, I take my mat and my little pokey tool, and I just want to fray the hearts a little bit, like the outside of the hearts a little bit. So I'm just pulling out the edge of the fabric to make the hearts like look a little bit more frayed. And I learned that word from one of my subscribers because I was saying fringe for some reason. So thank you. Oh, I forgot your name. But thank you for like telling me that word because I was saying fringe and I was like, that's not the word that it is, but frayed. Okay, so we're keeping up with our little pillow bowl fillers. Now, this is basically like a 5x5 piece of fabric, and I'm holding it like in a diamond shape. So I'm going to take the two side corners and I'm going to fold them in, and then I'm going to use my little fabric, my fabric stitch, and I'm going to just glue the two corners in one on top of another. Not completely, just like the ends of the little corners, as you can see what I'm doing here. Then I'm going to take our bottom little tab and I'm going to bring that up, and then I'm going to use our little liquid stitch and I am going to attach, like basically glue that on. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm making like a little envelope, like a little love letter Valentine envelope, little bowl fillers pillow thing. Now before I am going to fold it over, but I'm not going to seal it just yet because I'm going to take our little pillow stuffing and I'm just going to stuff our little pillow stuffing in. And once I stuff it in, then I take our liquid stitch and then I fold over the top tab and I seal it closed, and it looks like like a perfect little envelope. Now, I wanted a little extra something something, so I have these little stickers from Dollar Tree, and I just took one of the little pink hearts and I put it like right on the little pillow, like the envelope sealer part. Oh wow, I'm going crazy. And I just wanted to make it look like if the little heart sealed the envelope closed. I made 3 of these, and I did make one in just a plain pink, and I sealed it with like a little heart as well. But for this one, I turned it around and I wanted to make it addressed to, you know, my Valentine from yours, from your love. I just wanted to look like a little Valentine that was addressed to somebody. Okay, so now that our little pillow bowl fillers are done, I wanted to add a little bit more like texture if we were to put some of these in our bowl fillers. So I have these like little cookie cutouts I got from Walmart maybe a year or two ago. They were only like $1.47, and I traced them on to poster foam board. I traced one of each of the cookie cutters out, and I took some yarn and I just took the pieces and I just wrapped the yarn around the foam board. Now when you're wrapping the yarn, don't just go in one direction. Wrap the yarn like all different directions. To me, it makes it look nicer. It makes it look more like bowl filler, like more like farmhouse, more, I don't know, it makes it look nicer. I don't know what's the exact word I'm looking for. Just wrap it. Like say you're going up and down or side to side. Just make it go in all different directions. So I had a light pink yarn, a little bit of a darker pink yarn, a white yarn, and then I had like a twine that was gold, like it had some gold and white, as you're gonna see. And I just took each one of them and wrapped them all in a different color yarn. Okay, so on to the last one, and this one's gonna be so quick, but it's so cute. So I have this Christmas sign left over, and I'm just basically going to cut the strings off. We're not gonna do much to it, but we are going to take the inside and we are gonna give it 2 coats of white paint. Okay, so I made this decal with the Ray Dunn font on my Cricut, and I just took some regular like red permanent vinyl, and I just transferred this onto the sign. It just says you plus me equals us, and I love the way this came out. I think I saw something like this. I believe it was on Etsy or Pinterest. It was one of the two, and I just wanted to recreate it for, basically $1, because it was Etsy, and I know, I'm not knocking anybody for, making money, but it was like a little pricey. It was around, I want to say $40, and I made mines for $1.25. So if you guys want to do this, just, you don't have to have a Cricut. You could use marker. You could use, you could print this out on your regular printer, stickers, graphite paper. And I love the way this one came out. So let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that bell notification to be notified when I post my next video. And always, always, always remember, this world could throw you twists and turns, but always make good choices. To the next one, you guys.